And you could lose a leg. You could lose a leg? Oh my god. You gotta barter with me here. What do I get? I get your leg, I get your arm? I'm not taking it, just an ear.
Two grown men, just me and you. We sit and play at the table for two.
So we fully lost that battle. So this was an absolute failure. And we did not gain any progress towards neutralizing Mila. So what happens to us? This creature was created by Mila. I think it's taking us to Mila to get sacrificed to the iron. We're kind of in and out of consciousness as we hear the creaking of wheels, and we hear some voices of iron priests. Just a few more miles to Stormstone, and things of that nature. And we hear the large steps of Barkley, who is guarding our transport along the way. And we wake up and we find ourselves in a cart. So this is exactly like Skyrim. This is exactly like Skyrim. I say we even have chains. And I think maybe it's nighttime. Yeah, so what do the Iron Priests look like? I think all wearing different colored robes. And each of them have some kind of glowing blue runes etched into parts of their skin. Whether it be on their hand, their arm, or even their face. My brother's nowhere to be seen. We have no idea what happened to him. For some reason, they haven't chosen him to sacrifice to the iron. Or maybe he's already dead.
Maybe they have a hired mercenary.
Yeah, okay.
Elena the Blade.
Elena the Blade is her name.
So she carries with her a beautiful iron sword. Iron itself is already rare enough, but it's so finely crafted by the most skilled dwarven hand. Maybe a couple scars upon her face, maybe a black braid. She's got full iron armor. How the F she got that, we don't know. But even looking upon this much iron on one person, I think it strikes fear into our hearts. Alright, so that's Elena the Blade.
Where are we?
I don't know.
My character, I think, has a hard time looking at you. He feels defeated. And says,
I'm sorry for this.
What do you mean you're sorry?
It's my fault. I have to come clean with you, Cal. I'm not a true Gravebeard.
What do you mean by this? How is all of this your fault? What do you mean, true Gravebeard?
I am not good enough. A true Gravebeard, a strong dwarf, is born out of the womb with a full and grey beard. As you can see, I have a brown beard.
Cliff, I don't know if the hue and colour of your beard is representative of who you are.
When I was born, my dad almost threw me out then, in that moment when I came out with nothing on my chin.
Well, Cliff, let me tell you this. All of the years I've been alive, because of my blue skin or my pointy ears, I've been outcast from all kinds of civilizations, from the circles of men in the old world and the Ironlands as well. I am forced to hide, to endure alone, be an outcast. All these years I've been on my own trying to discover what happened to me, why my family sent me away from these Iron Lands. I've never really had a friend or a buddy before. You're the only one who's made me feel like I could find a home here in the Ironlands. You've helped me not be as much of an outcast. So in my eyes, that makes your beard pure white. I think we should roll to test our bond. Okay. Let's see if you up my spirits a little bit, or I don't hear your words.
Plus heart. Okay. So I've only got a +1 to this.
Oh my god.
What does that mean?
What happens when it fails?
On a miss, you have no interest in maintaining this relationship. Clear the bond and pay the price.
Wow.
So we both have to clear a bond.
Holy crap.
Maybe let's both take a stress. So I'd take a momentum. And you roll to endure stress. So you press on. You're good to go.
Okay. I think my character says,
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think I deserve a beard at all. I should shave off all my body hair. To be smooth, for I am nothing but a baby. I cry all day and all night from now on. I am no man, I'm just a butt.
You're not a butt, Cliff. What are you saying exactly?
I think this is over. I think we're going to be killed. And there will be no more Cliff or Cal.
You don't want to be buddies anymore?
I want to, but there is no reason to do so.
Then we are both truly outcasts.
Aye.
Cal's head hangs like a limp noodle. He's kind of mourning the loss of his only friend that he's ever had in his life. And I think you are accepting that you're not worthy. That's too bad.
yeah, that's sad.
Maybe we should mark progress on Reach
Sure, why
Stormstone if they're taking us to it.
We need something to come and give us a little bit more hope. You want to roll maybe on the action and theme table?
62!
100?
Summon family.
Your people?
Really? The elves are here?
Not necessarily your parents.
But some kind of elves.
So elves are going to come and help us break out of this encampment.
Oh my god.
As we're moving along, the marching of the Iron Priests, we have nothing more to say to each other.
Each of us looking down at our feet.
And we suddenly hear an extremely loud voice echoing throughout the forest. And it just says, "Let them go." And the Iron Priests stop marching.
And Elena takes a few steps forward, looks out into the trees ahead of her, and just sees the outline of a single figure. I think off in the distance. She puts her hand to the hilt of her blade, and she suddenly draws it. The blade sings as she pulls it out, and it echoes into the forest ahead of her. What are you?
Your prisoners rescue us.
And you will die. You will fall at my blade.
You have 30 seconds to let them go.
You think that I fear you? I have bested many foe in combat.
Your threats are empty to me and my people.
What are you?
I think he steps forward a little bit.
The moonlight shines upon his face.
And I think probably she thinks his skin color is an effect of the moon at first, but she realizes as he gets a little bit closer that he actually does have blue skin. And he has beautiful features and long silver hair, and a spear on his back. No weapons in his hands.
Okay, now let's take a moment here
Yes.
to talk about elven facial hair.
Okay.
Elves typically don't have facial hair.
I
But
know you.
F it, I want my character to grow
Okay.
a beard at some
They
point.
can have facial hair.
Because the silver against the blue skin will just look so bad.
Sure, he has a beard.
He has a white beard. This brave soul, what's his name? Talon?
That's cool. All right, his name's Talon. Your time continues to run thin.
You are firstborn. I thought you were a myth. But you weren't real.
We are a myth to some. To others, we are their final vision.
Even though you are ancient, I think that my skill greatly outmatches your age. He holds the sword
in front of her, both hands going to the hope knell. 1 against all of us is nothing. And the treant takes a step forward, looming over Elena, his shadow kind of cast upon her from the moonlight.
Then I am very sorry for you.
And he takes the iron spear from his back, effortlessly twirls it with great speed, and points it at Elena. Elena, with her blade pointed forwards, immediately charges towards this elf, Talon. And she goes for a strike, but the spear goes immediately to black, and the sound of the two hitting each other rings amongst the forest. So Talon and Elena are locked in battle. And I think Talon is kind of on the back foot defensive, but somehow he still has the upper hand in the battle.
Subscribe so you don't miss a single step of our adventure.
I think should we roll to enter the fray? I mean, we're watching all this unfold. Yeah, I think let's go into some combat. The Iron Priests, what do we want to make them? I think they should be dangerous and cheese formidable. Okay. Not too difficult. Okay, so we must defeat the Iron Priests and defeat Elena the Blade. So plus heart. That is going to be a full success for me. Take +2 momentum and you have the initiative. Oh! What does that mean anything cool? It just means that you can cancel out anything. Mine was only out of 3, so that could be big. Okay, I only have a +1 to this, so it's a weak hit for me. I think I'll take initiative because I'm really low on the initiative track right now. So that'll bring me up to 5 on initiative. Or not, I'm sorry, I'll take the momentum. Okay, so I have the initiative. Yep. So we need to break our bonds. Our bond has already been broken. But we need to break our physical bonds, not our emotional. Yes. I think Cliff stands up, kind of looking at the cart, seeing what's happened.
We have a rescuer fighting for us. It's another firstborn, an elf, like you.
No.
Yes, I see him right there. He's got a spear and everything, like you.
I don't believe that. I stand up as well, my hands still tied together. Well, I'll be.
I guess we should help him.
Ah! I run and jump at one of the Iron Priests and try to get his neck around my bonds. Ooh, okay. Do it. So that's going to be a roll to strike, I think. Okay, so that... A weak hit? Almost a strong hit. Inflict or harm, and lose initiative. Okay, so how many did you lose? So you inflict 1 harm upon the Iron Priest, which counts as 2. 2 boxes. I think I just choke him out with the chains and fully cross my arms. Yeah. And then let him down. Did you want to try something? I think maybe there's like a guy blocking here, so he's going to try to just jump out of the cart and avoid this guy as he goes. Face danger, yeah. Face danger, I think, with plus edge. Attack with speed and agility. So I've got a +3. Not catching a break today. I dive out of the cart. He's holding his staff, and the staff catches my bonds here. It catches it, and it flips me over, and I just go straight into the ground. So they are dangerous, so they inflict 2 harm to me. I will roll to endure harm. +2. Oh my god. Wow. So I lose a momentum on top of that. Previously, my character would have came and assisted you. But I don't think he does that anymore. Because our bond is broken. Wow. So he's going to try and take out the priest, the other priest that's near him. I think he turns towards you as he sees his friends suffocate and die. I'm going to say he's about to throw like some kind of fire spell at me. Okay. And I'm going to try and use that fire to melt my chains. You've seen very little magic before, but you see he twists his hands and from his fingertips, flame begins to form. And as you just finish dropping his friend on the floor, he thrusts his hands outward and the fire shoots out towards you. I think that's a face danger roll. Okay, so that looks like a strong hit to me. +1 momentum. I can't. So you have the initiative. I'll say he hit my chain like right at the wrist in one of them. I still have
The shackling.
the shackling and a long chain from one of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it and try and wrap the chain around his feet and grab it and yank it and try and
Ooh.
trip him.
That's gonna be a strike probably.
Yeah.
With the iron, because you're at close quarters.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a failure.
Uh-oh. So he readies more fire. Fire shoots out from his fingertips toward you. You're able to just barely duck out of the way, but the fire goes towards the cart and begins burning some of the supplies that they had stolen from us.
All right, I'll suffer supply, so we have a 3 supply.
I think as I'm laying on the ground, I'm going to try to do the Spider-Man against the wrestler and just kick up at him and kick him in the face. Just struggling for my life at this point, I think. I think this is a clash. So that's only +1 for my iron. Come on.
Oh my god, dude! What the F?
Oh my god. Alright, on a miss, you've been outmatched and must pay the price. Your foe has initiative. I think he pushes his staff outwards and some kind of magical energy shoots out, and I suddenly feel the iron of my bonds go up, and they bind me upwards, and it pushes me down. It actually pushes me into the ground, creating a small crater. It's like, I can't even get up.
Okay, and I think the Ent walks over to you too, standing over you, because he's right next to you.
So I think I'm gonna take some, and that's 2. That puts me to 0 health. And I have to endure harm here.
Okay, so you could possibly become wounded or maimed based on this roll.
That's a miss.
You're gonna become wounded or maimed.
Okay, maybe we need to look up what those conditions do?
Oh.
Okay, so maimed is a permanent change to my character. The examples they give is the loss of an eye or hand.
Okay, I'm liking what I'm hearing.
Wound is more of a temporary condition, but it hurts me more mechanically.
I like the permanent.
Oh my god.
And you could lose a leg, you could lose...
A leg? Oh my god.
You gotta barter with me here. What do I get? I get your leg, I get your arm? I'm not taking it, it's just an ear.
I kind of like losing an eye.
Okay, so how do you lose your eye?
Okay, so let me first of all take the mechanical deficits of being maimed. I cannot get up to +10 on my momentum track. And my momentum reset value is decreased to +1. Pretty bad. And then I also have to mark maimed on my character sheet. Oh, and did I suffer -1 momentum for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so here's what happens. With my bonds holding me in place amongst the ground here, creating a crater beneath me, in a combo move, Barkley, the freaking a-hole who has destroyed both of our weapons, comes up and batters me with one of his branches, and the kind of sharp twigs and stuff scratch upon my face, leaving cuts along my face, but also one of the branches scrapes directly into my eye, and it kind of like goes directly into it, and blood just squirts out from my face. It's trickling down the entirety of my face here.
You just are yelling.
Ah! Well, that was bad.
But I think there's a chance that I run up and try and help you because of how much pain you're in.
And what do you think the chances are?
I think they're 50-50.
Okay, so 51 or greater, you come and help me.
Okay, so that means I'm going to come and help you.
Wow.
So what I do, I don't have the initiative, but I see that the cart is now on fire because of the fire guy that I was fighting. But I need something in the cart, so I run over, so I dig into the cart, probably get a little bit burned on my hands, and I take out Mila's shield.
Oh.
And I put on the straps, I strap it in tight, and I run past the fire guy, and I'm going directly to the Iron Priest who is standing over you, and I'm going to try and clash with him.
Okay, you're going to bash him from behind.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Success.
So now you have the initiative.
That's what I like to hear.
So you have the initiative. You can either choose to take a +1 momentum or inflict +1 harm.
I'm going to inflict +1 harm.
Okay, so that's
2?
2 harm to the Iron Priests.
Okay, so I come running up as if I'm Captain America, and then I jump and bash him in the back of the head.
You push him forward, and he flies over me and goes towards this tree, and he's impaled by the branches of the tree. His body falls at kind of a strange angle, and blood eeps out of his wounds. My arms release.
My character walks over to you and looks down at you fully in pain and maimed, and he says, "Let's go," and puts his hand out to help you up.
Wow. Reaches out and you help him get up. Our bond hasn't been formed yet, but this is a step towards it.
And we turn around and see a fire priest and also 2 more priests standing before us, as well as a treant.
As I stand up, I think the tree is not happy about that. And he's gonna attempt to kick me with his leg. I'm gonna take the leap out of the way. So that's gonna be face danger with +3 for edge. I roll this one. Okay. So that's a weak hit. I'll take a weak hit for face danger. And a weak hit, I succeed, but I face a troublesome cost. I'll suffer momentum here. So as the kick comes towards me, I dodge out of the way, just looking up at the end. We need to get out of here now.
All right. I'm going to start running in.
Okay, give it a roll. So it's plus iron.
Boom, baby.
Why are you rolling so well and I'm rolling so bad? So +1 harm and you retain initiative. So 2 harm?
Yep.
So how do you
I'm
describe
just
it?
running up to each of them, running past them, hitting all of them with my shield back and forth until they're all kind of on the ground in pain, groaning. Okay, so now I'm going to try and finish them off then.
So you're going to roll 2d10 to end the fight. And as long as you don't roll double 10s, you're good to go, basically.
Yes, so the track is at full, so I just
So
have
the
to
10
roll.
basically acts as our action die here.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, on a strong hit, the foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed, out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation.
I'm running up to them. The fire guy shoots fire at my shield, and I just block it and continue running into him. And I bash him aside. He falls to the ground. And I just do the same to the next ones. I go for a strike like at an angle with the sharp part of my shield, just right at the knees of one guy. Like breaking both of his knees,
yeah.
shattering them, and I pull it out, and he just falls to his knees, which hurts even more.
He crumbles forward. His knees go the opposite direction that they should be going.
And then I just look at the other guy, blood on my shield, completely burned. And I think he just runs away.
Alright, well, bye then to you.
Okay, so I think we gained some milestones here for killing them.
You want to game a milestone for neutralize Mila?
I think so.
Okay, sure.
So that is extreme, so we only gain half a box.
Okay, so we look back at Talon and we see he's getting the upper hand against Elena. He looks back at us in the midst of his fight and says, "Come with me." And then he does a sweep of the legs on Elena, and she falls to the ground. He dashes away from Elena and leads us through the forest away from this encounter.
I think before we go, Elena is looking up at him and calls after him. This is not over, firstborn. Barkley, go after them. So we dash into the forest, following behind Talon. We don't know his name yet, but Talon. My hands are still bound, but it's clutching my face as blood is trickling out of me. We trudge through the forest, going as fast as we can. But after maybe half an hour of travel and of kind of silent travel amongst us, awkward silence between us and wondering who this firstborn is, I think I collapse on the ground. Thanks for watching our episode of Table for Two. We worked extremely hard on this project, and we're very proud of it.
Yeah, so if you want to see more, which we've made a lot more, subscribe.
Feels a little wooden, doesn't it?
Can you loosen up a bit? Slap me.
Or did you just did it without hesitation?
Frick me, okay. Alright.
Frick, dude.